Joe, how wonderful is it to be white?
Shirley Chin and McKenna Grace star in Slanted, a movie that has a little bit of controversy. Even I was sitting there when this ended. I was like, "How do I review this?" That's the first thing. I didn't even care if I liked it. It's like, how do I talk about this? Because everybody and their mama. When I tell you everybody, okay, they get pissed one way or another. If I tell you that a movie is a 10 out of 10, and I go, man, it's a really great time. Take your kids, your families to this Disney movie, whatever. You'll have somebody down there, man, Disney suck, woke. Nothing to do with the video. I don't know why you commented this. And then, if you're on the other side of the spectrum, you're like, damn, this guy trash. You have somebody come up in there going, man, your opinions suck. So I'm just going to be honest with you with this one. As coming from a black man in America. Please don't throw any hate my way. I hate I have to throw this PSA out here. Kind of related to this film. So, let's go and get down to the plot. So you have this girl who's Asian American, and I really like how the movie starts off because, it'd be early 2000s, I'm assuming. Basically, she comes to school there. They used to live, I can't remember where they used to live, but overseas, basically. And they come to America the first time because the dad's, working like cleaning jobs, he's a janitor, this and that, whatever, blah, blah. And they're immigrants. And so the daughter, first day of school, they kind of just show you how some of these kids, it's a public school, just being racist. They've never really seen an Asian kid before, this and that, whatever. But they're old enough where they know that's mean, right? So it kind of sets a precedent with her because earlier on in the film, also she sees somebody get prom queen because the dad's working the prom one night as a janitor, and she starts realizing a pattern. Every single one of these winners is a copycat. They all look the same. It's like Regina George. They all are blonde. They all look the same. Every one of them. And so she is kind of like set this precedent in her where she's like, I have to look this way to be good at anything, right? And I feel like initially when people saw this trailer, and I kind of blame on the trailer a little bit, but the trailer was trying to get you to come see it like, oh, it's crazy. The trailer not only makes you think this is a horror movie, it's not. This movie, I'm coming to you subjectively. I know horror and comedy is subjective, mainly comedy really, but horror also, because certain people think different things scary. I'm just going to be honest. You could probably, I'm trying to think if there's anything inappropriate. You could probably take a child to this. Like dead ass, except for like maybe the ending where there's like a little bit of blood. It's pretty tame. There's nothing crazy. There's no nudity that I can remember. There's no nudity, nothing like that. The whole time I was like, where's this crazy stuff going to happen? It's not like that. The movie thinks that, it makes you think that. It's not at all. Even like that, the messaging behind this film, a lot of people will probably think that this movie is like, oh man, it's just trying to say like, blah, blah, this and that. Like it's trying to hate on this and trying to hate on this and blah. It's really not. If anything, what I really love about the messaging of this movie, especially towards like the end of the film, it's really just trying to tell you, it doesn't matter if you're white, no matter if you're black, no matter if you're Hispanic, whatever. Embrace who you are. Like embrace who you are and your culture, stuff like that. Because the film has a really great message coming from the mother, actually, of this film towards the end, where she is just straight up like, hey, you being Asian American is what makes you special, right? And so, anyways, let's get into the plot because I kind of almost skipped over that. So basically, because of everything that she's seeing or whatever, she's going to this to go get a transplant to become white. And that's why she looks like McKenna Grace. That's where McKenna Grace comes into play. So it's kind of like The Substance, except it's not like, oh, I have to replace bodies and whatever. Like, no, like it's a permanent change. Like she's just straight up like, I'm white, and like she has like blue eyes and whatever, and looks like McKenna Grace. And so, like I said, they start showing in the film how like she starts acting, for example, which is a little cliche. We've seen this done before, or whatever. Because like clearly in this movie she gets popular because of how she looks and stuff like that, because she looks like the rest of them in the film. And so I really liked how like they showed that. For example, like she's walking down, which this is very Substance, like almost like that scene where Demi Moore's like walking down that long hallway and she's seeing all the prom king and queens, and like they literally like there's no. This is a diverse school. They kind of show you. There's like no black king and queens. There's like no Hispanic king and queens. There's no Asian king and queens. And like once again, kind of reinforces why she thinks like this, because she's at school the majority of her day outside, and even like that, the beginning of the film, they're all speaking. I think they're speaking Mandarin, and like even like when they show her as a teenager, she's speaking English. And her parents are speaking Mandarin, but like she's speaking English, and so it just shows you that she's fully like getting indoctrinated in like this thought process of like, hey, I don't like my culture, I don't like who I am, and it's very sad. This movie is very emotional on that front, not necessarily from the characters themselves, but from like the theme that it's giving you, which I really enjoyed. And like I said, I feel like I really want everybody to watch this movie, but I already know I can hear the comments now. Oh man, get them woke and it. No, it's not. It really isn't. Like, that's what's so funny. The initial, like, what you think, like, you're like, oh, that's what they're trying to say. That's not what they're trying to say. I swear it's not. By the end of the film, they actually have a pretty beautiful message. But it's definitely not more like that Get Out or even Substance, what you're thinking. It's more of just kind of its own thing. Like I said, it's listed as, like, horror sci-fi. I'll give you the sci-fi part because they do, like, a procedure. But, like, it's not. I'm just going to be honest with you. Like, it really is very tame as far as the horror. And I really think it's just rated R just because of like certain things they show towards the third act or whatever, and also some language. But I really enjoy this film. I think there's some great performances. I kind of wish that we had got more from our technically main lead, because like once McKenna comes into play, McKenna is second and third act. But McKenna Grace is doing great. I love her, so she's great in this film. But I just really, like I said, really liked a lot of the dialogue that was in this film. I think it's very well written. And like I said, I had a lot of fun with what was going on, because they kind of show you, like, for example, I wrote down notes, but I think I remember them when I have to look at them. When she's in the procedure room before she's going to have a procedure, she's looking at these TVs on the wall, and like they show you, and it's very fucked up, but like it's kind of true, of like these people saying this stuff. Like, for example, this one guy, he's like, I was dating this woman, fully in love with her, and like her parents didn't approve of me. And he's like, once I got a procedure, he's like, I look like them. He's like, it's free game now. He said, we've been married strong, this, that, and like this other guy, he's like, hey, kept getting skipped over for that promotion, skipped over for promotion, skipped over promotion. And he's like, guess what? Now I'm not. And now before, once again, I get them comments where it's like, actually, that doesn't happen at all. I got you a quick little story. And some of this ain't do with me. When I worked with that damn theater, I talk about it all the time, a few years ago, and I was a manager. I literally remember just dead ass, because my manager discriminated over anybody. It wasn't just a race thing. She just fucking discriminated on everything. And I'll never forget, we had this sweet girl. We called her Biscuit. And Biscuit sat over there, and she literally would like mop the fucking floors till they were just sparkly clean. You fucking eat food off of them, right? And I'll never forget, she was supervisor, correct? And she was supposed to be up for management. And I'll never forget, when we were talking to my boss about it, wherever it's at, she was like, she's kind of too quiet. And I'm like, we don't talk to hardly anybody being managers. This is also coming from somebody who literally would stay in the back because they wanted to avoid people, and they didn't want to talk because they were quiet and they were shy. But they're discriminating on somebody else because they were shy. Now, let me throw this out here for you, this curveball for you. Biscuit was white. It happens. Like, it happens. That's why I like this message about the movie. It happens with everybody. Like, it's not just fully like, oh man, I'm black. No, it happens with everybody. And I'll never forget, she literally brought her damn friend in to get this promotion. Her friend didn't even work here. Didn't have no experience. Brought her in because she didn't want to give it to her. I said, damn. Even like me. Technically happened before I even got to where I was over there, where, you know, you had somebody that showed up one time a month. They got promoted before I did. It's shit's unfair. It really is. And you know, I know that was a different scenario. Once again, you probably are correct. We're just like, oh, it don't happen all the time, whatever it's saying. But just from my personal experience, which once again, fucking racist area I live in. But it's just saying, it really does happen. It does. And so this movie, I was like, man, this shit hitting a little too close to home, if I'm being honest. It really is. I think it has, like I said, a good message where everybody can relate. It's not just going to be for just, you know, certain groups. Like I said, I'm sure most people are like, oh yeah. No, it really is for everybody. Like, it really is for the biscuits out there. It's for people like me. It's for everybody. And I really enjoyed this film a lot. When I first saw it this morning, I was a little lukewarm on it. But as I started thinking more about the messaging and some of the scenes I really liked, this and that, whatever, I would have liked it to have been more crazy for sure. But I still really like this movie. I think I'm gonna give it a 7.5 out of 10. I think it's very solid. I think that if you go out and support this little indie film, whatever, I don't know how much it costs. They paid McKenna Grace, so I don't know. I don't know how. I'm not sure if I can get paid. She's everywhere though, so I feel like it's a lot. But yeah, go have fun with this film. Go have fun with this film. You're not gonna get your crazy body horror that you want, but you'll get some teenage angst. You have a lot of that. Yes. So I guess I should throw that out there. If you're one of those, you don't like that. You've got the cliche where it's like, we're not friends anymore. It's kind of like that shit. But I was fine with it. I was this little throwback. Felt like early 2000s. I really like that. But anyways, like, subscribe for more, and comment down below. Let me know your thoughts on this film if you watched it. And with that, I'll catch you guys on the next one.